In the sweltering humidity of a Japanese command bunker on Iwo Jima, February 23, 1945, the air hung heavy with the acrid scent of gunpowder and salt from the nearby sea. Dim lanterns flickered against earthen walls, casting long shadows over maps strewn with frantic notations. Officers hunched over a captured American radio set, their faces etched with exhaustion as the device crackled to life. From the speaker emerged not the expected clipped English or familiar Morse code, but a cascade of fluid, rhythmic sounds, guttural consonants blending with melodic vowels like wind whispering through ancient canyons. These enigmatic utterances, swift and unbroken, defied every attempt at comprehension, leaving the commanders in stunned silence amid the distant thunder of artillery. This moment captured the essence of a profound enigma in the Pacific War, where secure communication became the linchpin of victory or defeat. By early 1942, as the United States mobilized against Japan's sweeping conquests across Asia and the Pacific, the need for unbreakable codes grew urgent. Previous American cryptographic systems, such as the Sagaba machine and simpler field ciphers, had vulnerabilities that Japanese intelligence exploited with alarming efficiency. Intercepted messages often revealed troop movements, supply lines, and strategies, allowing preemptive strikes that cost thousands of lives. It was in this crucible that Philip Johnston, a civil engineer and son of missionaries who had grown up on the Navajo reservation, proposed a radical solution. Fluent in the Navajo language, Johnston recognized its complexity, an unwritten tongue with tonal nuances, intricate verb forms, and no alphabet, spoken by fewer than 50,000 people worldwide, none of them Japanese allies. In February 1942, he demonstrated its potential to Marine Corps leaders at Camp Elliott in California, transmitting sample messages that baffled expert cryptographers in mere minutes. The Marine Corps, desperate for an edge after the shock of Pearl Harbor, recruited the first 29 Navajo men in May 1942. These volunteers, many from remote reservations in Arizona and New Mexico, underwent rigorous training at Camp Pendleton. They crafted a dual-layered code. Type 1 used 26 Navajo words to represent English letters for spelling out uncommon terms, Wolachi for ant, standing for A, Shush for bear for B. Type 2 assigned direct Navajo equivalents to over 200 military phrases, expanding to 411 by war's end and eventually nearing 700. Tanks became Che Dagahi, or tortoise. Submarines were Beshlo, iron fish. Bombs were Ayashi, eggs, and fighter planes Dahe Tihi, hummingbird. This lexicon, memorized without written records to prevent capture, allowed transmissions at speeds unmatched by machines, up to 20 words per minute, error-free even under fire. Japanese commanders, masters of code-breaking who had deciphered Allied communications throughout the 1930s and early war years, anticipated little resistance from American signals. They expected the familiar patterns of English syntax or mechanical encryptions, tools they had honed against British and Chinese foes. Instead, from the first deployment at Guadalcanal in August 1942, they encountered those rhythmic sounds, flowing like a river over stones, defying linguistic analysis. Intercepts poured in, but cryptographers in Tokyo and field units alike reported bafflement. These sounds conform to no known linguistic system, one Japanese intelligence report noted, describing them as inhuman or trickery. Efforts intensified, teams dissected recordings, consulting linguists, and even captured Navajo soldiers. In one harrowing instance, Joe Kiumiya, a Navajo sergeant captured in the Philippines in 1942, endured torture in Japanese POW camps. Beaten and starved, he was forced to listen to intercepts, but as a non-code talker, the modified terms eluded him entirely. They thought I was hiding something, but even I couldn't understand it. It was our language twisted into something new. The contrast gnawed at Japanese morale. Where they envisioned swift decryption leading to ambushes and routes, reality delivered unrelenting frustration. At Tarawa in November 1943, Navajo transmissions coordinated amphibious assaults amid chaotic beachheads, relaying artillery coordinates in minutes while Japanese forces scrambled blindly. Records show over 800 flawless messages transmitted in the first 48 hours of Iwo Jima alone, directing fire support that pulverized enemy positions. Major Howard Connor, signal officer for the 5th Marine Division, declared post-war, were it not for the Navajos, the Marines would never have taken Iwo Jima. Japanese Lieutenant General Seizo Adesue, Chief of Intelligence, admitted in 1945, "We never broke it. The Navajo Code remained unbreakable." Data underscores this. Across campaigns from Bougainville to Okinawa, Code Talkers handled thousands of messages without a single breach, compared to earlier codes compromised in hours. Amid the cacophony of war, those rhythmic sounds echoed as a symbol of American democracy's boundless ingenuity. Born from the voices of a people once marginalized on their own land, they represented an abundance not of material wealth, but of inclusive spirit, drawing strength from diversity to forge unbreakable bonds. In the jungles of Peleliu in September 1944, as Marines advanced under withering fire, the airwaves carried these sounds, coordinating airstrikes that turned the tide. Japanese listeners, expecting vulnerability, heard instead a chorus of resilience, each syllable a testament to a nation where even suppressed languages could rise as weapons of liberation. This unbreakable code transformed perceptions on both sides. For Japanese commanders, it shattered the ideology of inherent superiority, revealing American adaptability as a force multiplier. Interrogation transcripts from captured officers reveal growing despair. One admiral reportedly lamented that the ghost language allowed enemies to move faster than we can react. It forced tactical shifts, from increased radio silence to futile countermeasures, eroding the myth of imperial invincibility. For the Navajo themselves, service as code talkers altered their worldview, bridging ancient traditions with modern warfare. Many returned home changed, their experiences fostering a renewed sense of pride amid post-war struggles for recognition. The code declassified only in 1968, and honors delayed until the 1980s. Yet in the heat of battle, it instilled a profound shift, from reservation isolation to integral defenders of freedom, proving that democracy's strength lay in amplifying every voice. As the war drew to its close in August 1945, the rhythmic sounds faded from the Pacific airwaves, but their echo lingered. In Okinawa's final assaults, they guided the last pushes against entrenched defenses, saving countless lives through precision denied to the foe. This legacy whispers a larger truth. In the face of tyranny, freedom's abundance manifests not in arms or riches alone, but in the harmonious blend of disparate souls. The Navajo words, once confined to desert winds, became the unbreakable thread weaving a tapestry of liberty, reminding us that true power arises when a nation embraces its multitude, turning whispers of the oppressed into roars that topple empires. In that poetic resonance, we find the enduring hymn of democracy, fluid, adaptive, eternal.